Hey, what's up? It's your girl Amina Seen It, and this is the gift that pretty much keeps on giving. Shannon Sharpe is in a lot of hot water, and while it is crazy, it's sad, it's wild, it's your man is not going to be the same after this. So, unfortunately, knowing his fetish and his kinks, he probably should have damn took the settlement extreme, maybe for the 50,000, because I think this is actually going to end his career. But we're gonna get started with this intro. And I got 5 reasons why this is not gonna work out for him. Because I've been watching and scouring and looking and listening, and I'm like, yo, this ain't gonna work out for him. Let's go.
Hey, yo, talk crazy on tweets. They don't want it cause I come to defeat. They don't want it. I peep, these niggas all sweet. Bamboo sticks all in the Jeep. It's a new weirdo every week. Get the work, put it up for my seeds. No care for the IG, just no care. Anything for club. They do anything for club. Do anything for club. They do anything for club. Do anything for club. They do anything for club. Do anything for club.
A lot of people need to hear this. It's a lot of names on my hit list. So say what he wants to. Still wet like a big. I should run a whole blog at this rate. They using my name for clickbait. Even wanna start fake beef. Instead of low beef in the mixtape. They know I'm the bomb. They taking me off. Say anything to get a response. I know that mean they traffic is slow. Somebody just gotta practice along. So she being tame. They'd rather be wild. This is brandy. They wanna be down. Soon as got something to sell, they say my name. Say my name. Destiny Child. Everybody wanna be lit. Everybody wanna be rich. Everybody wanna be this. They fuss you out. Hate me. Read my problems. Check my all of that talking. I'm calling it out. Calling good business for private accounts.
Yo, what's up? How you doing? It's your girl Amina Seen It. Yeah, I was up late last night with you guys, and I had a lot of fun with you. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all was live, comments was live, and everything was flowing. However, yo, for some reason, I shouldn't do this mess and then go to sleep because this mess was just like bothering me all night. And why I told y'all I believe that your guy is into role playing and BDSM. I truly 100% believe that mess. One thing just kept bothering me. And I was like, yo, I gotta be honest about it. The fact that your girl was 19 years old is really like, and he's like 57 or something like that, is like, it's bigger than a grandpa thing. It's more like, can I be honest with you guys? When I'm listening to it, right? What I'm getting is getting the age to not get in trouble. Like barely legal to the point where I'm not going to get in trouble. I probably like a little bit younger, but I don't want to get in trouble. That's what it gave me when I heard 19, which I know it sounds crazy, but that's what it was giving me because they kind of can pass for younger when you do see them. So, but it was like, I think it was more so when I heard the new audio. I think it was this morning. I heard the new audio. And when I heard the new audio, I was like, I got chocolate on my hand. So when I heard the new audio, it sounded like a dad speaking to his daughter. We're going to listen to it right now. Tell me what y'all think.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah, I might choke you in public.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
She sounded like
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Daddy.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in I'm getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Okay, so that was the thing, but to me, it sounds like a father talking to his child. Like she sounded like a child. And I was like, that's why it was like really bothering me. I'm like, because I told you, when people like role play, that don't bother me. BSM, that don't bother me. That's do with your own thing. But like, it's given like PDF file, like to me. And he's legal. Like I said, it's legal. He's not legally. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's what I feel. TMR, you talking about I gotta leave him alone. You don't think that? How old are you? First of all, TMR. I need to see your age. So that was the thing that was like, it was just giving me. But that's, like I said, that's nothing illegal that was giving me. But anyway, I said 5 reasons why I don't think he's going to survive this. 1, and y'all can feel free to jump in. A lot of people do frown upon that. 1. 2, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of crazy ass audio. I'm willing to bet money that there's going to be crazy audio where you're not going to recognize this man. Because again, this is his kink, this is his fetish, this is his role play. So I am sure there was like, and he don't think he's being recorded. I'm sure there was a good amount of crazy stuff flying at the handle, especially he likes the race bait. He likes the older card. I wouldn't be surprised if he had her dressing up in a freaking uniform. Literally making her say daddy and meaning it. Now, based on the allegations, the grape charge. Now, I looked up civil court. Civil court, you don't need the same amount of evidence to be found guilty in civil court. All you need is a chance that it could have been unconsensual. And what did I tell you? I said the rules of consensual versus in court is once somebody takes back consent, that means no. So it doesn't matter if you're doing role play and all of this other stuff. In the court's eyes, the actual definition is when someone doesn't give consent and they're not going into the role play. So that's not going to survive in the court. There's no place for that in court. I'm telling you what I think it is. Do I think it was a setup? Yes. Do I think he was wrong about certain things? Yeah, of course. He said, okay, TMR, I asked him about his age because he told me leave Shannon Sharpe alone. I asked him how old he is. He says 40 with 3 daughters. So I'm not with the weird mess, but we don't do that Hugh Hefners of the world. We make a show and put it on TV. First of all, I'm ready. I would talk about Hugh Hefner. That dude, y'all have heard me say that. Y'all think the Playboy Mansion, he gonna get me off topic, but I do have to get this out since he brought up Hugh Hefner. The Playboy Mansion, they made it to seem like it was some luxurious thing, and no, they were taking girls and they weren't leaving paradise. It was a trap, and I heard that some of those locks was locking on the outside, and they couldn't get out. There was a lot of unaged stuff going on in them damn places, and they would be taking it, and them girls wasn't getting out. I think he was numero uno. I think he was ground. I don't know if he was ground zero, but he was pretty goddamn close. Hugh Hefner was a damn monster that they glorified. So TMR, he could get it too. He could get it worse. Anyway, and plus, what I heard too, like sometimes some of them wasn't making it out. Because the guys there, they would get too handsy. He said, just saying, Hugh Hefner's American icon. Yeah, they did glorify him, but that place wasn't what it seemed to be. I watched a lot of documentaries. Anyway, sorry, he got me off topic. Okay. So anyway, by court standards, based on the text messages, and I'm sure in the video she's going to be saying no. While it may be role play or whatever it is, the definition, I'm going to give you the exact definition of, grapes, eating grapes and stuff. Hold on. And that's what you got to go by, the exact definition. Actually, that one wouldn't be considered grape because it was, I think she said it was the back door. So that would be like Sodom. Y'all gonna get me in trouble on YouTube, but it's called the S. It's another word. It's a different level from that because grape is vaginal to whatever penetration and non-consent. The other one, it was back door, so that is a different charge. It's still misconduct. So anyway, the definition of G. Okay, he said it too. He knows his words. Yeah. Grape is, penetration. That's pretty much what I said it was. Giving valid consent or a willing agreement. And that's what I'm saying. So publicly, when she said no, legally it's binding in the court. It's upheld. So that's why I said, like, it's not going to play out in court that way. And like I said, all you need is 51%. And I looked at the percentage. All you need is like 51%. Like it's a possibility that it happened. And that's it. That's all you need for civil court. And that's why people sometimes they don't like to do criminal court, because they actually go in. And another thing is Shannon Sharpe's ego. I think they said that he switched lawyers. Now, I think the fact that he switched lawyers, I think the first lawyer might have told him shut the hell up. And the second lawyer probably let him do what he wanted to do. Oh, yeah, we could do this. We could do that because he was paying. Honestly, he probably should have gotten Jay-Z's lawyer if Jay-Z's lawyer would have went to him. But whatever lawyer he got, it sounds bad because sometimes there's a way for like text messages and videos not to enter court. Like you can try to get it thrown out. And that's what a lot of people try to do, lawyers. They try to do procedural. And because he opened his mouth about the text tapes and stuff like that and started releasing it, it gives them grounds for, like, you could say, harassment, or he brought it up to the public and he said it was a lie. Because I know a girl that went through a case and she had text messages that was damning evidence. And this was in family court, and they would not let the evidence in court unless he said something that was contradicting to the text message, and she could prove that he was lying based on that. So the lawyer told him, shut the hell up. But he has such a ego that he pretty much started lying blatantly, and the text messages was able to get in to override it. But the text messages was not welcome originally. They wasn't even going to let it in. So if the ninja would have been quiet, he would have got away with it. So that had the same thing kind of with Shannon Sharpe. They could have did procedural stuff, but he kind of like let it rip already. So sometimes less is more. Less is always more. In court, you never really want to talk because whatever you talk will be held against you. And that is true. TMR said, but if I did something to you Wouldn't you genuinely tell the cops before suing me? I don't know. I'm not even in. Well, there was a crazy situation that happened, and yeah, the police did have to handle that mess. So, but that's everybody's different. TMR, Sweet Daddy Got You says TMR, some females are ashamed and embarrassed to speak. TMR says, be real. Honestly, I couldn't even, like I said, I think that this was role play, and I think that this was a setup. However, the age difference, it really irks me. Like I said, I think that he has a fetish with an underage situation. I really do. Like, I think he goes young enough to not get in trouble. I think he tried the R. Kelly situation. You know, when R. Kelly changed from going to 14 to like 17 to kind of coast, I think this dude went to 19 to kind of coast. That's what it says to me, because he's 56, 57 years old. His kids, I Googled it. I had to look it up. 31, 33. Both, 3 kids. 2 of them are 33. No. And one of them is 31 or 34. But he dated even younger than them. He dated young enough to be one of his kids almost. Like, I would have even been like, okay, if it was 25, but 19, I'm like, wow. He was really, to me, he's coasting. You said be real about going like, again, I think I told you, I think it was role play. Sweet Daddy Got You said he's a nasty old man with money. He ain't no different from Passport Bros, just a little bit older. Oh, what else? Oh, so they're saying that NBC is pretty much, ESPN is pretty much dropping him, which I do believe. Morally, nobody really wants to listen to what he has to say because he came into a household name. Now I'm having real talk with y'all guys. Like, he came into a household name, and turns out your man is a hypocrite. And I'm gonna tell you why. You know, if I tell y'all something, I'm coming with receipts, because I saw something earlier and I was like, oh my gosh, he's a complete hypocrite. I'm gonna show you right now. Yeah, I'm gonna, Matthew Wilson, I'll play you the video. You could listen to her voice and tell that she's young. I'm telling you, when I played the audio, that last audio, I was like, oh my God, it sounded like a father talking to his child, like scolding your child. And I'm like, yo, how do you get sexual from this? Oh, I'm gonna play the audio then, because yeah, it's the audio that did it for me. But listen to this real quick. Your man Shannon Sharpe is definitely a hypocrite.
Couple of months. My son's dad is a comedian and an actor, and he's from Bad Girls Club. I'm
gonna skip what she's saying because she's just long-winded and stuff like that. Pretty much, Shannon Sharpe got on her husband, Donnell Rawlings. We know him as a comedian, and he was on the Chappelle Show, because he was dating a younger woman, and he was on Shannon Sharpe just scolding her as if he was the uncle with sense. And like, I couldn't understand why you dating a younger woman, but yet he's dating a way younger woman than this young lady. Because I think at the time she was at least 21 or 22 years old. So here it is. We're gonna play it right now.
Well, they're like, let's do this for shock value so we can get a lot. Date her mom. Why didn't you date her mom? Oh, did you guys?
She's 23. Donnell. 20. You Why you didn't date her mom? Why you go for the Donnell?
Didn't date her mom because I did not date her mom.
Yeah, good question.
No, wait.
I'm asking the question.
No, because
this ain't the Donnell Rollins show.
Love is love.
If you don't,
Love is love.
I agree with you.
What?
You like them young, though.
I say Drake. I heard you. Nope. Don't do that. I don't like them young. I like what I love. I didn't groom nobody, son. It is what it is.
But
I can't date nobody my age and get what I wanted. What I look like getting a 48-year-old bitch pregnant.
it's possible.
It could have happened, but I ain't want them odds.
She's 23. Donnell.
That sound like a motherfucking hypocrite to me. Y'all tell me. I'll wait. TMR Gino says, as young men, we seek older women. As older men, it reverses. When I was 15, to have intercourse with a 30-year-old was bragging rights. Oh my God. Did you? Because she got issues. Did you? Because she definitely was, you were groomed, guy. She got issues, guy. Suburbia Jones said, we like them legal. Yo. And how the hell did she come on to you? Was she tutoring you? Dude, I don't know if you know. See, that's like raising Canaan. Rock Mom said, dude, chick, if you don't get off my son, we gonna have an issue. Hey, to Marcus, how you doing? So, again, it doesn't matter if it's before Twitter, dude. That girl had issues. I'm gonna let you know now. Like, why? Yeah, and how did she, because she groomed you. Like, how did she even come on to you? That's crazy. Poor baby. Look, I'm feeling bad for you and stuff, and you was all happy and stuff like that. But that's what they train y'all. DeMarcus said, Shannon Sharpe at least need an age limit with women. Suburbia Effects said there's a difference between being a hypocrite and being wrong. That sounds like a hypocrite. That sound Suburbia. That's not a hypocrite. He's getting on her. He's getting on Larry Ashy for dating a younger woman, and he doing way younger numbers. And he put it out there. So the thing is, it's not only that bothers me. It's like, dude, you put it out there on your podcast. You aired him out, and you sat there like you were disgusted at him, and all along you doing it. That's a hypocrite. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Find discernment, Unc. So TMRG note says, so you never dealt with an older man when you was younger. Hypocrite. Did I deal with an older man when I was younger? So there wasn't, you know how them MFs be. They be at the high schools. So yes, one time I did date a older guy, and I was like, I think he must have been at least 20 or something. I'm in high school, so I probably was like 16 or whatever. But at the time, I'm young, dumb and full of, but I was still a virgin and stuff like that. And I stayed a virgin. He didn't beat, but I couldn't understand why one day he just stopped talking to me. I guess he realized he wasn't getting what he was like. He wanted to have intercourse. Me, I was young. I was taking my time and stuff like that. And I remember like I didn't understand for like it took me 10 years to understand why all of a sudden like he just dropped me. And it's because he was never gonna do nothing with me. I was too young. He just figured he could try to manipulate me or something like that. And he introduced me to his grandmother and everything. And I thought, oh, that's special. But she probably was senile, didn't even know who the hell was in her house. Suburbia, he said, look at all these female school teachers sleeping with their students. That's disgusting, Suburbia. That shit ain't right. We're not going to say that's right. That's not right. I'm not saying, like, you're not going to I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, the men are wrong and the females are right. Nah, females are wrong too. Are you kidding me? That's why sometimes I'll be like, I don't even want to leave my son with everybody. That's my baby. Women too. Like, and yo, I'm gonna be honest. I've heard a few stories about women. So nah, they on the hook. They on the hook. I just never ran into one that I've heard actually did that mess. But like I've heard people that I know tell me when they were young. But I've never like actually met a woman that does it. And I know they're in hiding and stuff like that. Yo, how did you find her? Let me TMR. I'm waiting. I want to hear. Sweet Daddy Got You said it's funny because this was the norm back in the 60s. The earlier, a good amount of culture still practice marriage like that. Yeah, they do. They do. They take 1-5 and stuff like that. Okay, so let's be real. Yeah, explain this to me, TMR. Young, fresh, and green. Yeah. And that the fact that I'm gonna be honest, when I be listening to Biggie songs, I was like, all right, Gino, I might mute you a couple of times. Let me see. Hustle Hard Podcast said facts that one teacher got sent to jail for, with her students, made them wear the screen mask. Really? Shannon Sharpe was a hypocrite, but the advice he gave was correct. I know, but that's what I'm saying. You can't do that. You can't sit here and be a hypocrite. No, you can't sit. So the thing is, Suburbia, knowing that he's a freaking hypocrite, would you watch his show? Because that's why I'm like, yo, I can't even take this man serious anymore after so I was okay with it, right? After seeing the clip, I was like, yo, how do you sit here and because he tries to make himself seem, and I think that's why I told you he's like jukebox. They get a kink out of that too, out of pretending that there's somebody else completely. And he's sitting here. Yo, I gotta play that again for you. I'm gonna send you the link, dude. Let me send TMR the link. TMR, I might mute you sometimes. He's laughing. He said, like jukebox. Nah, seriously, jukebox, she get a high out of lying to people and be like, nah, I didn't do that. Are you kidding me? Oh, hey, JH Sting. Hi, she said, they said, hey, at work, stopping in to listen, loving the conversation and the topics. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, like jukebox. Yo, he got it in. Like he's sitting there. Yo, we gotta watch that one more time. I'm gonna do it. I gotta send this through the link real quick. Hold on. Oh, invite a guest. All right. While I'm waiting for TMR to jump on, I'm gonna play this again. Like I can't even say the word. The hypocrisy. Thank you. I got it. I fucking got it. The hypocrisy. And then I just want one more time. Here we go.
20. You
It's
why you didn't
23.
date her
He going
mom? Why you
crazy.
go for the Donnell?
I didn't date her mom because why didn't I date her mom?
Yeah, good question.
No, wait.
I'm asking the question.
No, because
that ain't the Donnell Rollins show.
love is love.
You see what I mean? He's getting high off of this. He's just calling this guy out on his show, and he's trying to be like what? Why would you date somebody so much younger? Meanwhile, this girl is 4 years younger than this.
You know,
Love is love.
I agree with you.
What?
You like them young, though.
Say Drake, I heard you. No. Don't do that. I don't like them young. I like what I love. I didn't groom nobody, son. It is what it is.
But
I can't date nobody my age and get what I wanted. What I look like getting a 48-year-old bitch pregnant.
it's possible.
It could have happened, but I ain't want them odds.
She's 23. Donnell.
I'm just saying that it sounds like a hypocrite to me. Hey, hold on.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, how are you, TMR?
I'm good. Gino, man. Gino. TMR is the
Gino.
podcast. I'm
Okay,
Gino.
Gino.
Yeah.
How you
Because
doing?
once you get to know us, then you'll know like TMR is like a whole nother person. So that's yeah.
Okay,
So I'm
hi,
Gino.
Ghosting. Your name is Ghosting. That's a cool name. I like the name Ghosting. Yes. So what did you think about the hypocrisy?
I mean, what like how you feel like what you mean? Like, okay, so let's start from where you going with your topic from the start.
Okay, I was saying that I did not like the fact that he was so I went back and I listened to the new text message, and it just sounded to me, it sounded like a father talking to his daughter. And I was like, oh. So, however, I just played a video. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to that video because I'll replay that. But keep in mind, that's what I heard out of it. And I was like, you know what? That bothered me. It bothered me a lot. Okay. Do I think they were role playing? I'm not backing down on that. I think they definitely had that kink. He definitely had that kink going on. The Instagram that I just played was him yelling at Donnell Rollins for dating someone that was 23 years old.
But at the same time, his girl was like 19.
Yes. Yeah. He was going all emotional. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why? Why would you just date the mother? Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Why didn't you date the mother?
This is what he was doing. I'm fucking with you, but I'm doing the same thing. So I'm just fucking with you. Like,
no, he was on his podcast scolding him.
He wasn't scolding him. You saying like, yo, you like him young, you like him young. But at the same time,
why didn't you date the mother? You could have.
But at the same time, he's dating somebody that's like.
But nobody knew that information.
I got a 17-year-old daughter, so he's actually dating somebody that's like my daughter's age. So that's
exactly.
Crazy.
And exactly. Yeah. So that's why I said that's like a big problem for me because I'm like, he's like 57. He's older than both of us.
The hypocrisy, like you say, the hypocrisy, like I'm just
like
the biggest hypocrite in the world, like. But so, I think he was fucking with him, like.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, you like him young, but
no,
but you gotta listen to what people say. Like he said, like, oh, you like him young, you like him young. So
no, that was Donnell Rollins because hold on, that was Donnell Rollins because he's a comedian. He was making a joke out of it. That was him that said that. This dude was straight scolding him.
No, but he's making a joke at the same time when he's saying like, you like him young, you like him young.
That Donnell Rollins was like, because he was repeating, he was doing the Drake song, but he was like, no, I didn't groom him, no. And Shannon Sharpe, he was taking on like the uncle role, trying to be sophisticated and stuff like that in the show. I'm like looking at him.
Yes, but in his personal life, like now we know he likes him young too. So he was making a like, yo, you like him, you like him young, you like him young. So he basically put it in your head like, I ain't the only one. Like,
He's being a hypocrite.
okay, so who?
Shannon Sharpe that was a hypocrite. He was being a definitely
Yeah,
hypocrite.
but if you look at it, like I said, like my first statement was like, as a young dude, like we chased older women, like so the like so check it. So like the high five on the block, like the high five on the block is I hit her. You know what I'm saying? Like I hit her. She like 35, she 40. When I'm like 15, that's or 16 or 17 or whatever.
You
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you got to watch the ages on YouTube. But yes.
Yeah, but that's the high five, right? Boom. And then as you get older, the high five is, you know what I mean? What Shannon does, what you know what I mean?
What's your age cutoff? What's your age? What age do you like? Don't be sitting here being hypocritical.
I have a 17-year-old daughter, so like it's kind of like I would never deal with nobody like, you know what I mean?
All right, he has a 33-year-old daughter.
Okay, well, and then the girl was how, like, so what?
19.
Yeah, so that's crazy. So to me, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Now,
That's
hold that
crazy.
thought, because I'm gonna finish it off. So I'm gonna have you listen to this audio. All of y'all comment on the audio of him.
Hey,
now,
hit the like button. Hit the like button. If you liking the content, hit the like button, man. Don't play us like that. Hit the like button.
So I'm gonna play this girl. I'm listening to it. He sounds like a he sounds like a grown man talking to his goddamn daughter. And I was like, yo, this is bothering me.
Okay.
This is what bothers me about him. So I'm gonna share this real quick. Just listen, and like now that I said that, just listen.
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
So yeah, that like does that. So what does that sound like? Oh, what does that sound like to you? Because to me, it sounds like a grown ass man talking to his child. Like,
okay,
oh no, why you want me to go?
Can we establish like the I don't want to get choked, so yeah,
Not that.
what are we doing with that? What are we doing with that? Like, what are we doing
I'm
with
just
that?
listening to the disposition of her. She sounds like a child, and he does sound like a freaking grown man talking about get dressed, we going out.
Yeah, but I don't threaten my kids with like, so you gonna go, we gonna get choked, and you might get choked in public.
Did she sound like a kid to you?
So that's the yes. It sounds different. Yeah, it's different.
That is my problem.
But now, if anybody was abreast of the conversation we had last night, you said it's a whole world of this type of relationship
again,
that I wasn't even aware of.
I'm not saying.
So now do I gotta?
You're mixing apples and oranges. My problem is the age. That's what I said. I said my problem. I said, do I believe that it was a lot of role playing going on? Yes. It does sound like
You
that.
just have a problem with the age.
I have a problem. I feel like he like I'm young.
But anybody in Hollywood, like when all these Hollywood actors and like I said, like Hugh Hefner, this motherfucker had a whole show of young girls that he was dating
I'm
3, 4, 5, 6.
Listen, if I hear
So
somebody
like
57 and 19, I'm like I said, I think that he probably wanted younger, but he's sticking to barely legal. So he don't get in trouble. Because he's like 57, 19. It's like, I think you're skating. That's what the flags go off to me.
no. It's given like I like them, like you say, young enough to where it's legal, but
I don't want to get in
still to
trouble.
where yeah.
That's what it's giving me. So that is my problem I have with him.
No,
Do I think
that's what it gave me to. That's what it gave me to. Like you just right under the radar. Like you know what I'm saying? Right under the radar. Yeah.
Hey
Give me
RC,
the
how you
same.
doing? Sweet Daddy said my cutoff is 35. See, I like older men, so
But okay, so
pretty high.
but like okay, it was a point in time. So now I'm kind of at the age where like I'm in the middle, right? So it was a point in time when I was young. It was a thrill to say I'm kid's car. I hope it didn't mess up the audio. But it was a thrill to be like with an older woman, right?
Let me ask you a
Right.
question. Because without saying the age,
And
because
then
you was huh?
Go.
Without
Go ahead.
saying the
No,
age,
yeah.
because I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube.
Keep telling. Go ahead.
Tell me, what
You
did I
good?
think
You
about
good?
Anna Nicole Smith? I don't like what about Anna Nicole Smith? Tell me about her. I thought she was beautiful. That's all I know.
Yeah, I don't like no dirt on Anna Nicole Smith.
Gino, so again, you were pretty goddamn young. How did this grown ass woman approach you?
It is what it is. Like it just happens. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
did you go to the store for her? Like I'm curious because I've never really.
God damn! Why would you not be like? Man, somebody just keep calling me. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Chat. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. How did
She
it
married a rich
happen?
older man. Again, I don't care if people like younger or older or whatever. I'm just talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like nobody like.
Hold on one
I
second,
don't
Gino.
know.
Because I gotta mute you. RC asked me, Anna Nicole Smith married a rich guy. Yes, I do have to mute you sometimes. It's okay. And I'm saying that my thing is not about people marrying older and stuff. I feel like the age bracket that he picked, he's skating. I feel like he do want younger. You know, he's 57. She's barely. Like, I don't care if you're 25 and dating 50 or whatever. You know what I mean? But the age that he goes is just like, I could mistake you for younger. Easy. Okay. Gino, how did you meet this person, this groomer?
First of all, we're not gonna call her like it just happens, man. You just in the streets, you run the streets, you young, you thinking you old, like you know what I'm saying? It just happens.
Let me ask you a question. If your daughter was in high school and
my daughter is my daughter is so it's more hypothetical. My daughter is in high school. Yeah.
Okay, but she's a little bit older than this situation. How would you feel? Because it seemed like because you think you're a guy that you think that shit was cute. It's not cute regardless, but
no. Like to be all the way real, to be transparent, like my daughter, I think her boyfriend is like 19 or somewhere up in there, right? So she's like 17, right? So it was a hard task for her to even bring the situation to me because you don't never know how dad's gonna react. but like and then it got sprung on me. Like it was like, okay, well, I was taking them out to Pizza Hut and shit one day, and then it was like, hey yo, so the mom had the guy in the car, right? So it's like, so I met my daughters. So I got a 17-year-old to be transparent. I got a 17-year-old and I got a 10-year-old, right? So it was like, oh yeah, we a Pizza Hut date type, chill with that. And then like, oh yeah, well, who is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get
nigga
that.
like
That's not what
19.
I'm saying. I'm saying your age difference
Okay, I
was
dealt with the situation. Like he's older.
double.
He's not. Uh,
He's 3 years
what,
older.
yes,
Yeah.
he's
Your
still grown. He's
in
grown.
your case
Like he
was
had a whole. Okay, but
I'm muting. I'm muting because you're not listening. In your case, I gotta mute you. I gotta control the situation. Look, I got control issues. He's in your case, it was 15, it was a 15-year difference. And you were 2 years younger than your daughter is now. You're saying that that was okay and that she wasn't a groomer. And I'm gonna tell you, she pretty much really was. But so I'm asking you, how would you feel? How would you feel if that was your daughter and the person was double her age? You having a problem with 2 and 3 years above. I said double. Now just answer that specific question and I'm gonna unmute you.
unmute me.
Go ahead.
Listen, what I was doing on the streets is a whole different thing. Like
You see what
I
I
was
mean? You're
selling
justifying
drugs.
it. And
No,
that's
no, no. You asked how did it happen? So
I'm
just
asking you,
trying
how
to
would you feel
explain
about
it.
your daughter?
I don't know. I've never been handed that situation. But you asked how did I end
How
up
would you feel?
15 dealing with older women? If I was out there selling
You
drugs
thought it was
and doing
cool.
things.
You thought it was cool. I know. That's why I'm saying, how would you feel if the shoe was on the other foot and it was a girl talking to a guy? Because y'all tend to
But that's why I
mix
tried to
that
give
up.
you the situation, but you muted me. You muted me on the situation because he's older. He ain't in high school. Like
He's 3
this
years
nigga had a
older.
whole career. Okay, but he's still old. It's still an older situation.
No,
Now, if he was
I
30,
said
okay,
double.
so ask me how I would have felt if he was 30. No, never. Like,
Yes,
we not doing
that's
that.
what I'm
Yeah,
asking you. That's
we're
what
not
I'm
doing that.
asking you.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
we're
not
not
doing
doing
that.
that, but it was okay for you.
Because the lifestyle that I was living won't,
No,
like, I
thank you.
warrants that type of lifestyle.
Thank you.
What
I'm
is
muting. Yes. Men, y'all have a different standard. I'm sorry. It's not grooming when a man does it, but it's grooming when a female, I mean, it's grooming when a female does it, but it's not, y'all get what I just said. When a man does it, it's okay. Because you being around the topic. Guy, hold on. Let me get to this. Because you be dragging. RC said, I just
nah.
believe you unmuted. I just believe it's bad luck for Shannon Sharpe when he wagged his finger at another man for doing the same. Exactly. He definitely did. I said it the other night. Shannon and he prefers half of his age plus 7, but his math is way off. Correct. That's
All
not
right,
what
so
Shannon
let's
Sharpe
get
likes.
into this. Okay, so can you explain to people that really don't know, just like you explained to me the other night, like the BDS, like the whole contracts and all that? Can you explain to people what like grooming is? Like what do like is that a thing?
Thank you. It's grooming both ways.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, but what is grooming? Can you break that down? And
that's
I'm
not
gonna
a
mute
fair
myself. I'm gonna
comparison.
mute myself. You break it down though.
Okay.
What is grooming?
All right. I'm gonna mute you. So my thing is, y'all saying that, well, it is grooming though. So I think that Shannon Sharpe, for example, she's young, 19. He's grooming her to like what he likes and how to be and stuff like that. In this case, you were way young. We're gonna say like 10th grade or something like that. And this and if a person that's way older,
First of all, let's not do that because she's not in high school anymore, so you can't do that. But go ahead. And I'm gonna
no,
mute.
I'm talking about your situation. We're going to your situation now. You just said it was like 110 grade. And this person was, I'm trying to not get canceled, but 3-0. That was half your age.
She might have been older than that, but that's just the streets. I was running in the
Right.
streets. I was doing stuff.
You don't consider that somebody grooming you, but if it was your daughter and this older man came, say that was your age, say the ages were reversed and it was your daughter dating a man, what would you feel?
But I wasn't dating. It was just like I hit, and that was like the.
If
If
she got knocked off, yes, if she got knocked off.
Yeah, but I would never know about that. About my daughter.
How would you feel?
I would never.
That's not
I
what
would
I
never
asked
know
you.
that.
Oh
I
my
think my
God.
daughter would tell me.
I said, how would you feel if you know?
Okay, all right. Can you unmute me? You gonna
I
unmute
did.
me?
You are.
Okay. All right. So
Struggles.
I like it's just the street. So I've seen that happen. You know, I've seen it happen before. You know what I mean?
Can I say
I've been
something
through
then?
it. What?
You've normalized toxicity.
But that's what we live in. Like I can't unchange my life. Like you know what they say. Like once I seen that, I can't unsee it. Like once I
But you've
lived it, I
accepted
can't
it then,
unlive it.
and you've accepted
I
it,
can't unlive it.
and you're okay with
Yeah.
it then.
Yeah, if like my daughter, like if I found out that a 30-year-old hit my daughter, I'd be mad, I'd be pissed, but I couldn't unchange it, right? You know. So I mean,
So you're
that's just
desensitized a little bit.
yeah, because I've seen it happen before. Like I've been 15, and I've had a girlfriend that was 15, and an
Watch
older
your
nigga
ages.
hit her.
Yeah.
Older nigga hit her. So
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like
So you
what I'm
normalized
supposed to
it.
do. It's just normal
It's
stuff that
okay.
happens in the hood.
Yeah.
Like so, like when so if you grew up in the hood, you never seen that type situation where. So that's why I asked you. Like you never dealt with an older cat when you was younger, like because I
It's
seen it so
wrong.
much.
It's wrong.
It's wrong. It's wrong. But okay. It still happens, right?
It's wrong. It still don't make it
But
right.
it still happens. But does it happen? Have you ever seen it?
Of course it happens.
Okay. Have you
and I'm not
personally ever seen it? Have you ever seen it?
Yes.
Okay. So that's all I'm saying. I've seen it, you've seen it.
And people end up with cases. And I was like, oh.
Okay, but how many times have you seen it happen and nobody ever ends up with a case?
Well, anymore that mess better not be in my sight, because if I know that a little girl's getting hit off,
No. I'm saying when you were at that age, you didn't know like females that was dealing with older cats.
Yeah, because they
like
used to pull up to the high school, but I know it's wrong.
Yeah.
But like I said, when you're young,
But you weren't putting, okay, so check it. But you weren't putting cases on niggas, right? Because at that age, it's like, okay, whatever she's doing, she's doing. But you know it's wrong. You see it, right?
Again.
But you got just go.
When I was
But
young,
you never put cases.
When I was young, I didn't realize that it was wrong. Now that I'm older, if I see a grown-ass man,
okay, but hindsight is 2020.
To these young girls, I'm definitely gonna check them. I am.
That's hindsight is 2020. Like we can all say like, well, we can go back and you would have did. But all I asked was, did you ever see that? That's it. Did you ever see that?
Pause. He said, Amina, when you dated an older guy, did you do it because you wanted to or because you were forced to? That's a good question. He gonna unmute it. Saw that. Did I do it because I wanted to? No, I wasn't forced to. Again, I was young, so I didn't think nothing of it. But now that I'm older, I realize that when you're younger, you think differently. Just like I look at my daughter. My daughter's 20 years old and she thinks differently, and she's not privy to certain stuff. So sometimes they're like easy prey, and you can be groomed. You do certain things just because, or not aware of it, and people, they run circles around you. You're not knowledgeable.
But you never explained the grooming thing. Like you saying she could be groomed. Like,
Because
but you never
with
explained
younger
the
people, they're
grooming.
not knowledgeable. They're not knowledgeable of certain things. And meanwhile, if you have more experience, you can read a person. Like I can read a person, walk in a room, talk to a person for like a few minutes, and I can read them. I know where they're going here or there and stuff like that. The games that kids play, you could see it, you could spot it as a person that's more experienced in 2 seconds, and you know how to
Yeah.
get them to do certain things and stuff like that. Like,
But nah,
for example,
I can see what you're saying, but I can't make you. So grooming. So what you. So to the people that don't know what grooming is, because I think I got an understanding of what
let me
grooming
ask you a
is.
question.
But
When you're, let me ask you a
but
question.
what I'm saying is, you can't make me do anything I don't want to
Let
do.
me ask you a question. When you
What's
talk to
up?
your daughters and they're lying to you, you know when they're lying, right? I used to do the same things when
Yes,
you were
yes,
younger, stuff like that,
yeah,
right?
but you gotta understand. I have the relationship to where they don't have like they know we have the understanding. You don't got a lot of me like so. They'll
I
lie to their
understand that,
mama,
but listen,
so I
that's not what
don't
I'm
really get the
saying.
line. I don't really get
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
lines.
mute
Like
you.
my daughter will tell me her boyfriend
That's
is
not
20 years old.
that's not my question. Yes, I have to, because you will overtalk the hell out of me, guy. And we going in circles. We can't keep going in circles because I can't do it. Listen, the question is, you know when your kid is acting up. You know when they lying to you in your face. You've played the same games over and over again. Just like when I put my son on punishment, I take all the electronics out the house. Why? Because I know he's going to find a way to do the electronics and stuff like that. What I'm saying is you should be able to read people or somebody younger way easier than you're able to read someone that's skilled on it. So they take this, they manipulate them to get them to do what they want, and they understand that they're not weary of the world. That's why a lot of times you heard this girl saying, yeah, I'm going to have your baby. I'm going to have this. She's probably under the impression that she's going to have a family with this guy. And he's like, do what I say. Otherwise, this is how it's done and stuff like that. Oh, okay. You know, until she found out that he was dating somebody else. And that's when she didn't want to play no more. What I'm saying is you should be an adult and be privy of this. Sweet Daddy Got You said most young girls think it's cool. What girls always think they are more mature and need someone older. So you thought it was cool at that age as well. Amina, would you date a male that is 25 years old? No. I actually wouldn't date under 35.
But
And
that's your now. So how you asked me my age? So how old are you?
I'm 41.
Okay, so now you wouldn't do that, but when you was 30, would you have dated a person that was 20? Like,
no,
just
but
let's be transparent. Like,
again, there's nothing wrong. Like I said, it's nothing wrong with people dating younger. My preference always was older. That's just my preference. And I'm not judging nobody
okay,
for it or something. That's just my preference.
so your preference always been older. So when you was like 15, you didn't. What was the age range you shot for? So you weren't dating 15-year-olds because you said
I
your
really
preference was older.
Well, I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 17, almost 18. So I
Okay,
wasn't
and
sleeping with nobody.
And how old was the guy? Like, just be transparent. Like, let's be real.
He was 1 year older than me. I stayed around my age for the most part. Just that one time I dated somebody, but it didn't go nowhere. But like I said, people were doing it. It was kind of normalized because they would pull up to the school because they had a car. So I guess females would think that was cool. Oh, my man got a car and stuff like that. But
this
and
nigga
that's what it
25
was.
though.
It was because
high school. Yeah.
And it mostly was because the guys didn't really have nothing to offer the girls, and they could just ride around in the cars and stuff like that. And they go for the younger, and that was pretty much it.
You show like our standards at that time, like you say, you don't know, you so young, you don't have no standards. Oh, you got a car, like that's the
That's what
standard.
I'm,
Like
and
you feel me?
that's what it is for the most
Yeah.
part. And I guess, you know. So anyway, anybody else got something to say? I know I got 20 people in here. Please hit the like and subscribe button.
Oh, your views went up like a motherfucker. Was I got it as well? Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. Has nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
No,
two people
it's
here.
probably the topic of the show.
We a great situation. Like
Yeah, after I pause you
it's the
sometimes
pushback.
you be driving me in circles.
It's the pushback though. It's the pushback. Like you can't just get up here and say stuff and then you don't have no pushback. So it is
People
what
push
it is.
back on me all the time.
No, they don't. Your comments was roses and bubbles until I got on here.
No, these dudes be giving me hell sometimes.
Why did you mute? Why did you mute me then? What did I say? Why did you mute me then? That's crazy.
I got control issues too, a little bit.
Yeah, I see that because your comments was roses and bubbles. Like, did you mute that part or did you mute me after that?
No, you were there. You were there. You were good.
All right.
But anyway, I don't want to hold
Let's
everybody.
move on.
Yeah, if anybody else got anything to say or any questions, what about you, G Note? How did the bubbles disappear? Oh, there it is.
There you go. There goes somebody comment. What is
Do
that?
I believe that a younger male can teach me something?
No.
I
It
think
ain't nothing.
anybody could teach you something. I just cannot date a younger man. I like to be the young one in the room, and that's just what it is. It's just I like to be. I look at a man more masculine and stuff like that. So, and I don't like to be in control. So, you know, I'm already, as you can see, I have a really strong personality.
Yeah, and it would be hard for any man to deal with you. So I get it.
That is not true. They love me.
Okay,
I'm not.
so let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so whatever. So behind that door that you like to get into sexually, like, how would you feel if it just went to the forefront? If I just put it all out there, like, yo, I dealt with her, like, and she is this, like, and you're trying to be like this person, this respectable person. The culture looks at you, whatever culture, whatever, like sports, whatever, you know what I mean? If you rap, I don't know, but whatever. And it was like, okay, then I just open your whole Pandora's box. Like, oh nah, she like it like this, she do this, how would you feel about that type of, like, because that's really what I think you started with the Shannon Sharpe stuff, right?
I started with the Shannon Sharpe. Yeah. What about it?
Okay. So
If my
what I'm
sexual
saying
secrets came out or something like that, that's what you
well,
mean?
what I'm saying is like his whole thing came out, right?
Because he's a fraud.
Okay, so how would you feel like whatever you like to do behind closed doors, like that's nobody's business? How would you feel if that came out about
I'm not phony.
you?
I'm not phony about it. People that know me know. I'm not. If people ask the right questions, they get the right answers. I don't lie.
All right, so you just down to talk about like, yo, I do this with my
See,
whatever.
that's the thing. I don't like doing because again, I am definitely a lady and I don't spill. However, I make it very clear I don't like multiple partners and stuff like that. So I don't go jump from person to person. However, when I am with that person, I don't have much boundaries, and they know that. But that's up to me and that person. Do you understand?
Okay, so what is your cutoff? Like, if I dealt with this dude and say it stops today, what is your next relationship? How quick?
No, whenever like it could, I could go a year and not be with anybody, and I'm fine with that too.
But you could go a day too, though, right?
I'm really
Like
probably
you
not
meet
going to
somebody
jump
the
in.
next day.
I'm not going to jump in that fast because I need a mental connection. So it's usually somebody that I'm very familiar with. I have went backwards, but I'm not gonna go backwards the next day. It'll take me a minute. Because usually if I got like somebody like on my mind or whatever, I'm not gonna click with somebody just like that.
So
It's
you
weird.
never jump from. So you never jump from like. So you
I
never
have,
like.
because it's a
Okay.
mental connection with me. And once I mentally connect with somebody, I'm not over here and over there and over there. And that's why I got to be very careful with myself too.
Yeah.
That's I
So
know that nowadays that's boring, but that's just the way I am.
no. I'm you 41. I'm 40. So you know what I mean. So I'm just asking these type of questions that people might would want to know. You know what I mean. So if you was in a relationship, like if you was feeling a nigga, what would you do?
What do you mean? What would I do if I'm feeling somebody? What does that mean?
If you was in a relationship and you was feeling somebody else, like say you worked with somebody else and you was feeling this cat, and like, cause they say like females know, like I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna give it to him. Like, so you got me all PC on your podcast, but if I'm gonna give it to him, like it's somewhere in the future, like what do you do with your boyfriend?
To be honest,
Drop him?
and it's gonna sound
Or do
so
you just
corny.
do it?
Usually, if I really like somebody, I don't really see nobody else but them. Like they walk in a room, I will technically light up. Not that I probably show it like that because I don't like to show the way I am. But like a lot of times I won't see, like I won't make room for nobody else. Like it's not like I'm gonna be up on somebody else because usually they got my mind mentally. It's mental. So and it
It's
doesn't
mental.
like just erase like that. I mean, I wish it could sometimes. I don't know if sometimes I wish I'm not like that because nobody else is like that.
But you can't. You got to be yourself. So
Yeah. DeMarcus said, I would love for Amina to fall in love with a younger gentleman, especially outside her race. I don't mind dating outside my race. But
so let's go there. Have you ever dated outside your race?
no,
No.
I don't mind it. I just haven't met nobody that I wanted to outside of my race.
Okay. Well.
I bet Amina has a younger work husband. But I wish
See,
I'm
that's
married
what I'm
now.
saying. So that's the same situation I just brought up.
I
Yeah.
know a lot of people got work husbands. No, I don't have a work husband.
Have you ever had a work husband?
No, because see, I got a lot of. So the thing is, I never date somebody I work with. Also, and
But
that's
dating though, like a work husband, like like as he's presenting it is like just somebody you always fuck with, like at work, like
I got homeboys.
Yeah.
I'm believe it or not, at work because I used to work around a whole bunch of men. I turned into a tomboy. So, but that's why I probably know a lot of. It was funny because I just actually was hanging out with one of my friends at like a retirement party because I am that old. And I was telling them that I was like, y'all kind of messed up my life. Because he was like, how do you know? Because this guy, he doesn't like, he goes to a strip club, but he won't spend no money and stuff like that. I was like, I know how you are. I was like, you cheap. You don't like spending no money and stuff like that. And he was like, how the fuck? Anyway, he was like, how the hell you know that? I was like, dude, y'all don't remember. You have to tell me everything. Y'all talk around me like I was your little sister. He was like, damn. And then he was like, nah, but there's some good guys out here. And he rolled his eyes and we just both started laughing. It was like, I know too many male secrets though. So that's probably.
Yeah, but you don't go to but you don't go to the strip club and don't spend no money, like so.
No. But I'm saying I know people's personality. I know who does what and stuff like that. And I just specifically.
What was the word frugal? Is he frugal?
No, he cheap as fuck.
Frugal. So,
I know, but I'm just not. He's cheap. Like we could say that.
Because if you go to the strip club with me, I'm throwing. You know me. Like you probably check my personality.
I don't know.
When you need to go to the strip club with me one time, I'm throwing all the money, like everything.
How much you spend in a strip club?
The most?
How much is it? Yeah.
I don't know, and I'm not rich, so probably like $3,000. Like I just and mind you, like I the reason I did it because I had a white guy with me and he had never been to a black strip club, right?
So
So
you did it to impress the white guy?
No, it was just like, yo, you don't know, like, you don't know what you missing? Like, yo, like, this is what we do. Like, you know what I mean?
So you
So
was
it
showing
wasn't
out for a white guy.
shut up. Like, nah, we not
That's the
doing
way you
that. We
said
not
it.
doing
I'm just letting
Nah,
you
we not
know.
doing it. But I'm just like, okay, so that would be like if you told me I've never been to a strip club and you was like, oh, you know what you want? I want to go to a strip club. Like, I was like, for real? Like, okay. And I got some bread. Like, yeah, throw it all the money. Like, we living with that. You know,
Oh, okay.
probably had like 3 bands on. Type shit.
I'm with the assets over liability crew. So,
You read the comment. You got like 4 more comments. Read them. What they saying?
56-year-old black man versus DeMarcus said, I would love for a meeting for fall in love with a younger. No, he already. I read them. That's
Who
same.
said that?
Yeah. But
Weird.
yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much. You ever been to Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I don't really got no more questions. Nothing else to say, really. It is what 9:30, and I don't like to bore people out of the room. But
Exactly. So you want East Coast time though?
I definitely am.
Okay. Because I'm in South Carolina, so it's
He said you have
9:30.
to be discreet at a strip club, though, not cheap.
Yeah. Like you can't go in the strip club and don't spend no money. Like you look like the weirdo in there. Like, but it's certain niggas that's I'm just gonna be the nigga in there just throwing money. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to the strip club not to spend. Like, if I go to the strip club, I know I'm gonna spend. It's like Walmart, right? So let's compare the strip club to Walmart. I'm not going to Walmart thinking like, oh God, I ain't gonna see nothing I won't like. Or I want to spend money on.
All right, you like to ball, you like to show out, you like to show off. What's your sign?
I mean,
What's your sign?
people are. I'm a Sagittarius. People are who they are.
Oh,
I'm a Sagittarius. What's your sign?
yeah, Virgo.
Okay, so what's the main thing you get off your sign that when you read like when they say your sign is this, what's the main thing that you be like, oh yeah, that's me.
My sign, we usually we quick to leave. We definitely like you say the wrong thing or like we could never speak to you again and be
Somebody?
fine. We could never speak and we'd be fine. Virgo's quick to go.
Okay, so you just quick to cut stuff off like so you
Mhm.
that's why you so quick. That's why you so quick to mute the mics and all that.
No, it's because sometimes you ramble and then that's not good. So or you'll go in a circle and then I have like ADHD too, I think.
Oh,
So sometimes I'd be like, oh God,
let's
no.
go there. Let's go there.
Yeah, I'd
Let's
be
go.
like, yeah. So I get bored easy too. So I kind of catch it sometimes and I'm like, all right, no, we gotta skip here, skip this. And that's why I be out going, jumping around until I find something interesting. And I'll be like, oh, zone in on that,
Yeah, for sure.
I guess that's why I can hold a mic.
That's not cute. No, that's funny. All right, well, you want to sign off or you
All right,
done for the
y'all.
night?
Thank y'all for
Or you want-
watching. Yes. When I get another topic, I got like a girl coming up. We just gotta set in the schedule and I gotta find something to talk about. I know that this Tracy Ellis Ross thing is hot right now.
What's going on with Tracy Ellis Ross?
She only dates younger men.
That's the whole thing that for the topic.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite? Okay, so he said, what's your favorite script club song?
Probably I don't know because I haven't been to a strip club, but I like bands that make you dance. I'm old school.
You've never been to a strip club? You've never
Huh?
been to a strip club?
I
You've
have,
never
but
been?
not older, like not right
Me
now. But like
Yeah.
even if it's now, I'm not like really listening to the music. It's just, it's like they just playing songs. It's not like, oh my God, I got a favorite song.
So what is it like? Is it like a vibe? You just go and vibe, or like? Okay, so why would Amina, for the fans that's listening, like why would you be in the strip club? Like why would you go to the strip club?
If I was with a guy and he want to go to strip club, it's usually what I don't really want to see. I'm not, I don't really want to see a woman. So it's not my hangout guy spot. But if I'm with a guy and he want me to go, I'll go with him.
So he messing up actually taking you to a strip club. Like if I took you to a strip club, like that's not even your vibe.
No, I'll be fine. I'm cool. I like to hang out, so I'm cool like that. But like for me, just to go, why I could go in a locker room, like why I want to go just see a whole bunch of naked women, just because that don't
Yeah.
get me off. Like
No, I
I'll
feel
go
you.
if I'm with a guy. It's because I'm with a dude, not
So
because
what I'm
I
saying
just
is
want to
that's
be
a
there.
miss. That's a miss. Like if I be like, yo, we gonna go and go to the strip club.
No, because
Like
I still have fun. I like the guys having fun. I'm having fun, just having fun, wilding out. But like I'll only get a lap dance if maybe a guy is watching me, but it's not because I want a woman's ass on me. I'm not attracted to women.
no. I get that, but like, so are you going more because your man wants to go, or like, so you going more because I want to go?
100%. Or we just go in and have fun or whatever. But I'm
But if
more
I know you
like I'm not going on my own just because I want to see it.
don't, yeah.
But if
So
I'm going with a guy and he's having fun, that's fun for me. Or it's like, whatever.
so you taking you to the strip club is a bad date. Like if you was like, oh, top 10 bad dates, like no, not going
No,
to
strip
strip
club,
club.
as I said, it's not a bad date. It's me having fun with a guy. But I wouldn't go there on my own. I just wouldn't.
Then it's a bad date. Then that's
No,
like
it's
saying,
not.
okay, I don't eat pork, right? So you taking me to a barbecue restaurant would be a bad date. Like I can't eat nothing. There.
You asked me
Like
why would I go to a strip club? No, I would go to a strip club if I'm with a stick. I like sticks, not chicks.
okay, all right. That was just for the fans, like because he asked the question. So people like
No,
that.
it's no fans. I got my
If you
people.
got
These are my
fans,
people. This is my family.
if you got people in the chat, then their fans
That's
like
no, that's
I think
family. That's family. Because when I be in people's shit, I'm not a fan. I'm just chilling out, or I like something that they said and stuff like that. That's it.
that's what's up. Like I'm gonna bring you to my family. Like you know what I mean? It's toxic where my side of
I'm
the ring.
sure, but the thing is, I can vibe wherever I'm at. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
it's toxic as hell. So you know what I mean? So I
I'm
like being
sure.
over here with you. You know what I mean? But go ahead. You try to sign off one time, but
I
go ahead and sign off.
appreciate it. No, all right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Gino, thank you for coming through. Hold on, let me throw you a clap. Pause.
You told me to clap. Why you gotta actually clap for me though? Like you gotta make that thing clap. You gotta actually make it clap. Don't tell me those bullshit clap.
Nah, I clap. It's the audio. You gotta listen. You don't hear it?
Nah, you gotta
Oh,
actually
you'll
make
hear
it.
it. If you replay it, you'll hear it. The speaker, I got a soundboard, so all that stuff comes out in the speakers.
Nah, that's
I got
what's up.
sound effects. All right, guys.
When the
I love
next time you on power, so I know to
I
pull up.
do. Did you watch? Did you? No, I do. I just do regular videos of Power. I'm not good with lives on Power. I might jump on other people's lives, but I can't do a live. So I do videos. But look at my last video. It was hot.
No.
Pull it
Like I
up.
told you, I think that's how I end up in your algorithm type
Yeah,
shit
my shit is
because of
hot.
power.
Thank you to
But
Marcus. All right, guys. I love you and thank y'all for hanging out with me. And thank you, G-Note, for joining me. I'm gonna see y'all when I jump on here again because I'm gonna hit this damn algorithm eventually. Love you. Take care.
what?